Hi guys, and welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. Today I'm going to do a very old Yorkshire recipe actually, and it was a request by a sub. So this recipe is called Parkin, and she did request it around bonfire night time, but I had so much on I just couldn't do it then. But I will do it for her now. Let me just move the camera so you can see. That's it. Now this lady, please excuse me by the way, and if I mangle your second name, Anne Melia. Anyway, she used to have a parking recipe that an old lady gave her, but she's mislaid it, so she's asked if I could do one for her. So yes, I will. I'll do one now. So I'll give you the ingredients. So it's 200 grams of butter. I've put mine straight into this pan. 1 large egg, beaten into 4 tablespoons of milk. I've got 200 grams of golden syrup in here, 85 grams of treacle, 85 grams of light soft brown sugar, and in this bowl I've got 1 tablespoon, there you go, you can see better, it's hard sometimes to judge, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, 250 grams of self-raising flour sifted, and 100 grams of medium oatmeal, and that's all you need. I preheated my oven now. It's on gas mark 3 at 140 fan, 160C, and you need to butter or be lazy like me and screw up a piece of parchment paper like I always do, guys, you know me. I screw it up and then I just shove it in the tin. A 22 centimetre square cake tin and line it with the baking paper. Okay, so what we're going to do first with this is gently melt it. And I do mean gently, guys, because remember this is loaded with sugars. You don't want to be burning it, especially if like me you've just had enough brown sugar left. I swear I use kilos of that stuff, loads of everything else, but this is the last of my brown sugar for today, so if I mess it up you will never know because it'll be deleted. You know, you can go through every one of my videos, you can probably hear my phone going on. Why don't you mute it? I can hear people saying, well I can't because I've got a daughter with a medical issue, so, and I always have it on. You never know, do you? So I would rather it interrupt a video for a second than me not be there to answer a call. So I'm melting this gently. And this is such an easy thing to make, guys. Like I said, it is a Yorkshire recipe and it's been around for quite some time. I'd heard of it, but I'd never made it before. So here we are. We melt all of this down until the sugar's dissolved. And the butter, obviously. And I have got this on my lowest heat. And when you put it in the oven, you put it in for 50 minutes to 1 hour to cook until it's firm on top. Don't matter if it's a little bit crispy, and I'll tell you why right at the end. So that really don't matter. Bake it in the centre shelf of your oven on the heating settings that I've given you. Please, this is an easy recipe really because I've got 2 to do today, so you can probably hear a dog barking. That's my neighbour's dog, and that's what I hear for about 12 hours a day. Maybe, yeah, maybe 12 hours a day. Every day. Right. I can still feel some gritty sugar. I can hear it scraping. I did do a recipe the other day, guys, but I've had to delete it, and it was pasta stuffed shells, and it was such a nice recipe. I never realised that it was so close to the pasta that was cooking it. The lens was all steamed up. So, yeah, a bit gutted about that, so I'll have to redo that recipe. Also, when I first started, there's some recipes that have got like 40 or 50 views, as you do when you first start a channel. And I figured a lot of people have not seen those videos. So what I'm going to do is re-upload some of them. Maybe some of you would be interested in them. There's some quiches and stuff in that. And a beef stew. So that's what I'm going to do. You find a lot of people only watch the newest recipes, even when they subscribe. And there's so many recipes in the playlist right at the beginning that people don't check out, which is a shame really. So a few of them I am going to re-upload, and I will put next to it that if it's been re-uploaded, just in case you've already seen it and then you know not to click on that video. That's all melted. I'm even wearing a little bit, that's great. So now, all we do, this isn't even red hot, all we're going to do is pour this into this. Actually, no. I'm going to turn it up, nearly. Still got that little bit of sugar down the bottom. I spotted it when I tipped it up. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. It's so difficult because it's so dark. Remember that, guys. Have a look at the bottom of your pan as you tip it up a bit and see if there's any sugar on it. And there was on the bottom of mine. I've turned the heat up to melt it, but trying to listen. Your ears are your best tools. So I'm going to pour it into the bowl containing all of your dry ingredients. I have not forgot about the milk and egg, but you wouldn't add milk and egg into a hot liquid because that would give you scrambled eggs. Oh God, this pan's heavy. So that pan was heavy. So we have all the dry ingredients here. All we're going to do is mix them in. The liquid wasn't super hot, it was just hot enough to make sure everything was melted. But adding it into the flour and the dry ingredients is going to cool it down pretty quickly, which is why the milk and the egg go in last. And it was a large egg. I wonder if this is sparking any memories for any older subscribers that watch me. And you know, as I'm doing this, I'm already on 632. You guys never fail to surprise me. Making sure that all of that flour is mixed through. It's a little bit hot. Too hot, I believe, to add that. So I'm going to give it 5 minutes to cool down, and then I'm going to come back to it. If you think it's too hot to add an egg, do the same. Just give it 5 minutes and it should cool down enough. And I'll see you in 5. Right guys, mine's been about 5 minutes, so I'm going to add my egg and milk mixture in and pray. It did say to add it in straight away, but to me that just seems really odd. Maybe it'd be fine with the milk. I don't know. That's why I waited. It is still warm, but hopefully not warm enough to make scrambled eggs. So just mixing it through. So you scrape down everything. No pieces of slimy egg or anything like that. Seems alright. Good. If it comes out with a poached egg in the centre of it, I shan't be happy. So, put it straight into your tin. Like I said, I'll give you the heat settings at the beginning. Mine is on gas 3 and it's been preheating for ages since we started. So I'm going to pop mine in. I'll check mine at the 50-minute mark. I always check mine at the first part. If it's 50 minutes to 1 hour, I always say to check it at the 50-minute mark. So that's what it looks like. Get any air bubbles out. So I'm going to put it in 50 minutes. And then check it at 50 minutes. I will bring it out at 50 minutes and show you. But I'm not going to cut it for you. So once you've cooked it and it's cooked and you feel it's fully cooked all the way through, you can't eat it. Well, you can if you want it a bit dry. But you should really let it cool all the way down in the tin. Wrap it up tight in some more greaseproof and re-wrap it in foil and put it in a dark place for about 5 days, if you can manage 5 days. And then it's going to go from that dry, slightly crispy top you get when it's cooked in the oven to being soft and sticky, like a ginger cake, I suppose. And that's what you're after. So by all means, if you want to eat it and straight out the oven, that's entirely up to you, but that's not going to be at its best. So wrap it, leave it for 5 days, and then you can eat it, and it will last up to 2 weeks. So I'll show you when it comes out the oven, but that is essentially the recipe. You cook it, cover, wrap, and leave it for 5 days. Don't forget about it though, and just leave it to go mouldy and whatnot. That'd be my trick. Anyway, so that's parkin, and I hope Anne can use this recipe, and it's something similar to the one she had, hopefully. So yeah, I'll show you it when it comes out, but that'll be it, guys. That'll be the recipe done, because it just needs to be wrapped, and that's it, and left for 5 days. Alright guys, so I'll show you it when it comes out. Right guys, that's my parkin made, as you can see. If I sort the camera out, there we go. That's my parkin made. It's doubled its size while it's baking. These little bits here that are stuck up where it's cracked, slightly crispy. It took 55 minutes for mine to bake. And it smells like the bonfire toffee. I see now why they make the parkin for bonfire night. But yeah, and I also see why they would cover it and let it go sticky with all the sugars and treacle and stuff in it. So that's parkin, Yorkshire Parkin. Don't forget to cover yours up, guys, and store it for 5 days before you eat it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Leave it in the tub. Cover it. Obviously I'll use some more. I'm going to cover mine while it's warm, because if I cover it while it's warm, like that, then it's going to start to get sticky a lot quicker. So all I did was popped another lid on top until it cools down, and then I'll wrap it in foil. And that's it, that's Yorkshire Parkin, guys. Give it a try, let me know what you think. And I hope Anne likes the recipe too. Okay, so thanks for watching Mummy Cooks Homemade. I'll speak to you in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.